everyone, my name is Aisha Berg and welcome to our first episode on the Gear Up channel. Today we are going to be talking about Gear Up and what it is, and a lot of other things such as who do we serve, what kind of parent programming do we do, what kind of student programming do we do as well, along with what is Gear Up, what do we stand for, and different things like that. But first of all, I want to tell you some important information. The first one being on the bottom left hand side, you're going to see two hashtags. Those are our hashtags that we use. So if you ever do anything with us on social media, please use those two hashtags. So the first one is our local one, so GUGI, Gear Up Grand Island is what it stands for. And our second one is the national hashtag called Gear Up Works. So anytime you do anything with us, please use those two hashtags, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook. Second of all, you'll see at the top right hand side a little scan me. That is a QR code that's going to lead you to a form that we need all parents of our current 7th and 8th graders from Barr and Walnut Middle School to fill out every time you watch a video. I'll talk a little bit more in depth later about it, but what it is it's to help us with our data tracking. So let's get started. So what is Gear Up? What does it even stand for? I'm sure a lot of you have heard the acronym, but you're a little bit uneasy on what it is or what it stands for. So Gear Up stands for Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs. Gear Up is a federal grant program designed to increase the number of students who are prepared to enter and succeed in education after high school. Gear Up learners who graduate from high school and achieve success in the post-secondary education and the workplace. Everything we do, everything that we provide to our families is absolutely free. So I'm saying if we go on a college visit, if we take the have a workshop for our parents or the students, anything we do with our Gear Up logo on it, or anything that we publish is going to be free. So next, I'm going to show you a quick video on our students. When we were awarded the grant, we had 1,078 students in our cohort, which is those classes of 2024 and 2025. It is going to fluctuate a lot between now and by the time they graduate for high school. Any students that registered and attends GISH in the classes, in the graduating class of 2024 and 2025 automatically becomes part of our cohort. So if we have a student that comes in from Westridge, if we have a student that comes in that maybe went to a different school before us, they're automatically in our cohort. So now I'll go ahead and show you the video.
My name is Ana Orozco Martinez. I'm an 8th grader and I go here to Barr. I go by Sierra because people can't really pronounce my name right, so we don't have to go through the struggle of me saying it to them and then saying something like another name that I find offensive. I think 6th grade, I didn't really want to go by my name anymore because I was tired of people calling me names like Safari or Siri or Sahai. And it was really frustrating because people would say all the time, and I would say, can you call me by my real name? I mean, for some people I know they're just joking, but it's like people who, in general, they know they're doing it to make me feel bad, so I don't really like it that much. I want to be an ecologist or a psychiatrist and to get the master's degree. When I was really trying to find a job, my mom would be like, it's hard to find a job, and I was like, what about being a teacher? She's like, no, you're not gonna like it. And then I thought, what if I be a vet? I like animals and things like that, but I don't think I could handle the pressure of surgery or something like that. And then I had a teacher who was teaching that lesson, and then he mentioned the lesson of ecosystems and how the population of an animal can increase and decrease, and if one effect, let's say its food was decreasing, its population would decrease. And I found that so intriguing. When learning about that, a vocab word came up, and it's ecologist, and I was like, what is that? It's a scientist that studies the ecosystem. And I found that I was like, wow, I could do this, I think I could do this. I have good grades. I have A's. I think I have 3 A's and then 2 B pluses, and then I'm trying to get them up by extra credit or just working hard. But it naturally comes good for me, If I have a missing assignment, I'll get it done right away. because I don't want to upset my parents. I want to make them proud. I have different friend groups, like girlfriends, and then I have some friends that are my boys, and like I could, just relate to them. And then I have just like friends in general, classmates, who I can trust, and my best friend. She's like really there for me. I think friends are like great to have, but for some people it's not, because like they don't know what's going on if they're talking behind their back. But for me, it's nice to have friends, because you can count on them. You could, like, let's say you are having trouble on a subject and they know about it more than you do, so then they could help you. Because you don't know what people are feeling inside. They could be feeling like really sad, or they could be feeling really angry. That's why you have to treat them with respect, even though you don't like them, because there's something about them that you might not know, and then you find out, and then you feel really bad. My dad, my mom, and me, and my brother, and my dog, we all live in the same house. And then my dad does construction work, my mom works here, and my brother goes to Star Elementary, and then my dog's just at home. We're pretty good with money. We're not like in debt or things like that. Like, we do have the nice things and things like that. We just wish like we had like the house, the dream house, I was going to do like, because I was thinking of fashion and things like that. That's what inspired me. But then I was like, you know what, I'm going to do like a face. So while I was doing this painting, I saw my lipstick, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just do that. I like my house because like we have like this park near, and I can walk my dog there. It's just like, since we've been there for like I think 5 years now, that's like really like wow, because we don't really realize it and we don't really express it, but like when we really think about it, it's like, wow, I've been here for like a long time and this is my home.
We usually, they usually do their homework here at kitchen when I am cooking, and then I can supervise them when they are working there.
So when we first came here, we would all speak Spanish. I would speak Spanish. I was very good at it. I'm having trouble now, pronouncing some words, and I'm forgetting some words, and I don't really like that because, because of my culture, I have to memorize it. When I'm teaching my family Spanish, it's mostly at home. So, like, my mom would frustrate. She's like, why does it have to be so hard? Once she gets it, I feel like really proud. I'm like, you got this. I know you have potential. When I ride my bike, I bring my dog with me sometimes, because like he likes the wind. Like and then because I put him in the pouch, so then he gets relaxed, and then he sits down, and then he just enjoys the ride. Woo! Mi nombre es Araya Orozco Martínez y yo quiero cambiar el futuro.
What we're trying to do is increase that academic performance and preparation for post-secondary education, while also increasing the rate of high school graduation and participation into going into college after high school as well. We also want to increase the educational expectations for our cohort of our student and families' knowledge of just what all the options are out there for post-secondary schools. So whether it's a certificate or it's a bachelor's degree, but why data tracking is so important for us is because that is how we report back to the government on if what we're doing is working, how much of an impact we have made on each student. So we really want to show them, that it's important for us to be here because we are helping change lives of our students and our families. So that tracking is super important for us. So we have student and family data tracking that we do portions. There's the digital and the paper version. So any events that you guys came to us earlier, starting last year all the way up to March, when you came in, we had you sign in on a piece of paper. That is because that is what we used to track our data of who showed up, how many people showed up, what students, what families of each student showed up. That way we can really help show that what we're doing is making a big impact. So the one on the left is our paper version that you've probably seen a lot of. So it just says, the participant's name, signatures, the date, how much time you wear, and which school the student goes to. That, now that we are not doing anything in person anymore, it has been transferred to a digital version. So we have what we're calling right now, our Gear Up channel form. So every time you watch anything from our Gear Up channel, if you are a parent of a 7th or current 8th grader at Barr and Walnut Middle School, this is the form you would fill out, every single time. Whether it'll take probably 5 minutes at the most, and I wouldn't even anticipate it being that much. I think there's like 5 questions on it, just really covering everything that is in our paper form, essentially, is what it is doing. So that QR code that I showed you at the beginning, asking those parents to fill out, that is why we are asking you to fill it out. So we will remind you at the beginning and at the end of every episode to please, please, please fill that form out for us, because that is really crucial for what we do and everything that we're trying to accomplish and prove that what we're trying to do is working. So now the Gear Up team, there's 5 of us in whole. What we do is support the district while also doing those programmings for student parents and the school as well. We really want to collaborate with the staff at every school and their students and try to make everything intertwine. There are really 2 different parts of the grant that are coexisting. The work that we do in the schools and then the work that we do with the parents and students. But like I said, they do intertwine, but most of them are separate. So some of the previous student programming that we have done has been stuff like workshops with college and career readiness, social emotional learning, financial literacy, career readiness, some out of school type of things and not in the school year that we've done are like our college visits, leadership conferences for at-risk youth, our summer school where we help, we come in for a session and we do it about college or finances. We've also done it where we've done an invention camp. So tons of cool opportunities. You can see the list here. A lot of it there is just a lot of it that we've done in just a short amount of time. And that list is going to continue to grow. Even though we are no longer in school, getting to see everybody's faces like we really want to, we are still going to continue to offer those programmings just in a virtual setting now. So the future student programming that we have came up with is our UNL transition camp, which what it is for going to be our 8th graders going into 9th grade. It's allowing them to go to UNL. It's an overnight camp, and what they'll learn is how do they transition from the middle school setting to the high school setting and just really preparing for high school as well. So Walnut is going to be going on July 9th through the 10th, and Barr will be going July 14th through the 15th. We have sent an email out, so check your emails, parents. Check your students' emails to sign up for the UNL camp, because we just sent it through the students' email, so that way we made sure nobody got doubled up on signing up. So please, if you really want your student to go to that, the first 50 students to sign up are the ones who get to go from each school. So once that deadline cuts off, it'll pop up and say this is no longer available, or there's some type of notice to let you know, like when we've reached the 50 limit for each school. So make sure if you want to go to it, or parents, you really want your student to go to it, go into the student's email, check it out. There'll be an email from Cesar Dran, our site coordinator. He's sending that out as we speak, and so check the emails there to figure out how to sign up for it as well. Then right now we can't do a lot of face-to-face tutoring, but we're working on figuring out how to still help with the tutoring portion of it, even though we're not in school anymore. We also are going to be starting different mentorship programs, so such as All Pro Dads will start in the fall, where parents get to come in the morning, have breakfast with their students, and you get to do some fun activities together as well, just to get ready for the school. So even though it says all pro dads, we're really welcoming anyone who wants to be a part of this and help us out, to be a part of it for us. So when we get closer to August, we'll explain a little bit more on that. But for right now, that is what that is. We also, like I said, workshops. So we have everything from the summer invention camp, with Cool Speak. We'll have our transition camp. We'll try and get more college visits coming up. Not this summer, but hopefully in the fall. What we're trying to do is get 3 college visits in every semester. So in the fall time, there'll be 3, and then when spring comes, we'll have another 3 college visits. We're working out the logistics, so hopefully parents, you'll be able to come to it as well with us. So parent programming. What our main goal is for parent programming is to boost the involvement for each school site, and work with the schools so that we can leave behind something that's sustainable and that the schools will continue to do even after we are no longer in the buildings, because that's what a lot of what we're doing is trying to build something up to be sustainable for even once we leave the schools. So we just really want to get more of you invested, get more information out to you about college readiness, higher education as a whole, the FAFSA process, especially for those first generation students who parents may not know how to do it, just how to give you the best resources we can. Or even if it's been a long time since you went to college and you're like, oh, the FAFSA, that's kind of scary for me. That's what we're going to help you out with. We're going to help make that transition easier. So by the time your student graduates, you'll be like, oh, okay, I know what a subsidized and unsubsidized loan is and the differences in that is. So then that way you feel a little bit more confident, but then financially we can make sure you're in the best area for yourselves as well. So some previous parent programmings that we have done is strengths assessments for our parents. So we got a book. They all got to go through and learn about their strengths, their student strengths, and we'll be offering another live webinar for that as well, to really just go through and let you guys see, what are the strengths of your child, what are your strengths, and how can we really help mesh that together, especially during this time, and how to utilize not only your strengths but your students' strengths as well, because we want to maximize this child's strengths and continue to help them grow in the best way possible. And if we can just continue to build off those strengths, that's really going to help them in the long run. We're also going to do workshops like financial literacy, college readiness, career readiness, really anything that we feel is going to benefit our students and families as well. We're also doing the Parent Leadership Institute. So it's a summer conference. Every summer we have a National Gear Up conference that we go to, and we get to take 4 parents, so 2 from each middle school. We don't know if it's going to happen this year with all the craziness going on, but we already have prepared for this year. So if you're interested in attending our one next year, just reach out and let us know, and we'll get your name down. And hopefully you can attend with us. It's a great time. This year we're going to be going to Washington, D.C. Last year we went to Los Angeles. So every year it's just somewhere new and different and really exciting as well. We also, though, have the Gear Up channel for our parents. So this is a resource you can use. So if you don't get to catch us on a live webinar, we'll post our recordings from our live workshops on our Gear Up channel as well. So then you can get back and watch them whenever it's more convenient for you as well. So those are just some of the things we have offered and are going to continue to offer. Our Gear Up channel, again, with our live virtual workshops, that's going to be so huge, because since we can't do face-to-face anymore, it's going to be important to still connect with you guys in a different way. And so those live virtual workshops are really going to be huge. We'll have sign-up sheets that go out about them. We'll give you more information when we have those getting ready to go. But we just wanted you to be aware to keep your eye out on those, because those will be available here at some point. We also are creating a GISH, Gear Up Advisory Board. So for any parents of students who are in the 8th grade getting ready to go to the 9th grade, in the email we sent out to you today, it's for parents, it's from me. There is a link where you can go and sign up if you're interested in being a part of this advisory board, just really helping us shape it at the high school. But not only that, like figure out what are your needs, what are your students' needs, how can we help those, what more can we do, what can we bring in, different things like that. So I'm really excited to get that up and going. And so right now we're just taking information down, and once we get a little bit closer to the school time in August, we'll really kick it off with having a meeting every month. So if that's something you're interested in, please check your email and sign up for that as well. We also provide professional development and resources for our teachers. So we've had them go to conferences or workshops in their specialty area. We've also done some web-based courses, had AAIS, which is a training, come in and help out our teachers as well. They've done different things like leadership training, so Heart of the Leader, where they really got to learn more about themselves personally, but professionally, and how even on the hardest days, how can you continue to go forward and really become a better leader for the students as well. So that was an awesome training for them to go to. All of our teachers at Barr and Walnut, that are teachers for our 7th and 8th graders, have taken their strengths assessment as well, so they know what their top 5 strengths are, so they know how to use their strengths to help the students' strengths as well. We also have bought different books for professional learning, like for math and English language arts as well. Some classroom resources that we have brought in is like digital microscopes, math, consumables, laser engraver with their consumables, which is really, really awesome. Miss Johnson and Mr. Sutherland, so Miss Johnson works at Barr Middle School and Mr. Sutherland works at Walnut Middle School, have done an outstanding job with really getting our laser engraver going, having the kids do really cool projects with them. So I'm excited to see what they continue to do with that in the future. We've also done books for English learning students, as well as classroom timers, batteries, robots, just a variety of different things that maybe the teachers weren't able to get before, and now we've been able to purchase that for them to help them grow their classrooms as well. So sign-ups and forms that we have for you to fill out. This is huge. So in your emails, parents and students, you got all this information as well. So the UNL summer camp, Walnut, I've linked your dates with your sign-up form in this the Google Slides, which will be posted in a Google Classroom. I'll explain that more here in a minute. Same with Barr's. These links also went to your emails, so you have access to that. It's one really long email, parents. I'm really sorry about it, but we had just a ton of information that we wanted to get out to you and not have to send 20 different emails to get that information out to you. We also have in there for the parents the Gear Up Advisory Board. If you're interested, please sign up. I will take all of you that are willing to help us out with this, because this is going to be something really exciting and I think interesting to see how we can form it and build it into what is going to be the best for you guys as well. And lastly, our Google Classroom. I'm so excited about this. So we got a Google Classroom for Gear Up, which I know right now another Google Classroom may not sound exciting, but this is just something you can come back and check on the resources. So like all of our YouTube stuff, if we have a PowerPoint, we will throw it into our Google Classroom. We have thrown in our links for our YouTube page as well in there. So if you want to go back and check on any previous episodes, you can as well. We have stuff in there for STEM resources, academic resources, social emotional learning, just student programming, parent programming as well. Just a bunch of different resources that we think will help you. And if you ever have any ideas or suggestions as well, feel free to shoot us an email, and we would love to get some feedback from you guys and see what we can do to continue to best support you as well. So the Google Classroom, you have a code for each grade. So parents, that's got sent out in the email. I think it's towards the bottom a little bit more, what the specific code is for each of those classrooms. Students, 7th grade, you got a separate email about it. In 8th grade, you got your own individual email about it as well. So you just have the link or the code to put in for your specific grade only. And like I said, please fill out our Google form. This is going to help us with tracking, and it is so important for us to have this filled out every single time. So if you could fill it out, we greatly appreciate it. So that is all I have for you for today. So thank you so much for sitting through this. I know it's a lot of information. Wasn't anything overly exciting, especially having it in a PowerPoint presentation, but we really just wanted you to get the understanding and core background of what Gear Up is and what we are trying to accomplish while we are here as well. So like I said, don't forget, if you're going to use the 2 hashtags, sorry, I'm still figuring out how to do the camera, to the hashtag Gucci and Gear Up Works. And then also don't forget to do the QR code if you're going to fill out the form and you don't want to have to go find the tracking form. Just take your camera out and snap a picture of that, and it'll take you right to the form as well. So thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you next week.